Yeah, we're still dealing down here. You want to see this left behind and back into the main distribution first, right? So skip around. They're still dealing. All right, this is interesting. So there's a build, right? And they're heading back into the main range. Now, what you want to see is you want to see this no longer get any auction done. You want price to be able to hold this range again up here and show very little interest to be able to start dealing in this range again, right? We'll skip around, and they're all the way through. So at this point, we don't need the zone. They've moved all the way through this entire range. They went down, finally put in some volume. There's effort here. Look at this. This is a really good sign for longs. Why? Again, let's blow this up. In this zone, there was a supportive bid. They tried it. They tried to build interest. Sell interest fades, and they lose that continuation. So the party that was getting continuation from here, lower, failed to drive it any further, and now they're losing ground. Before this, they were not losing ground. They were building and then building, but they've lost this all the way back to the other node where most of the day's effort is. Now, what you want to see then is this low volume spot hold for a bid and for them to trade above. This is majority volume. To do this, build it, lose it through the main volume, and then find interest to continue above all of this would be the bullish indicator, would be the ultimate, like, okay, sellers might actually be very much screwed because they spent a lot of time here to get down here to do this, but it wasn't enough and they lost it. So while sellers were getting continuation, now they are actually finally offsides. And if they get this big old batch of sellers, market people who were initiating downside to get offsides too, you might have a really good opportunity, and the high time frame would definitely support it, right? And again, this line here is this line here. Above this, they're dead. They're going to be a rotting corpse. They're going to actually die. Obviously, in hindsight, we can see how the day played out. But right now, we're looking for certain keys to act on, right? Testing, you still want to see, okay, now they're upside of the swing. You want to see them come back down and give this a go. Fast forward it, they're coming down and they stop here. We want to see this range. We want to see this range auction. Well, unfortunately, you don't really get it, right? We do see this. That's all right. You want to keep a strong leg. Go to your order flow. So this is a 5-minute footprint. You guys have seen it in the videos. We can delete the zone now because they ain't coming back. Right here. As the market's moving up, sometimes you might be, oh, I can't get in. It's over. I wanted them to test this. I'm locked out. Or you can just follow order flow like I do. You guys can see that in my streams, I gain access to my ideas very often. And it's because I'm just following the volume. If you look at the 5-minute, right, you can see there's a lot of volume here. These are the guys responsible for this move up, for this continuation. Price action wise, makes sense. You can see all this activity, but the order flow confirms where the volume is. So to me, the market were to continue up because they came down, built this, lost it, can't even test the downside of this node, broke out above. These are bids. This is a great place to start to look to buy. Why? Because a lot of buyers were here and sellers. And guess who lost? The sellers got left underwater by the buyers. That is quite evidence that this range has more buy interest than sell interest. You have a distinct advantage trying to grab longs in this range. So before I continue, did you see any questions or anything I should stop to kind of?
There's been a few questions.